Hi, everybody.
Hello, I'm Ryan.
I'm Bethany.
And we are Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews.
And today we have a list for you. A super exciting list.
That's right. Gen Con is coming up real fast.
It's like right around tomorrow.
It's happening right now.
It's done. It is over.
You guys, I hope you had a great Gen Con. No, it is rapidly speeding up to us. And so we wanted to point out a couple of games that we are really excited about seeing there.
Yeah.
But there's a ton of games that come out each year, and a lot of them get released at Gen Con. So this is a tough list to narrow down of what our favorites were.
Yeah.
We put a couple parameters down. First of all, we are English speakers, so we had to be in English. Also had to be a standalone game, not an expansion.
Yeah.
And another thing we talked about was...
It can be like a re-implementation, but it had to be like its own thing.
Right.
Yeah.
We also talked about having it be for sale at Gen Con, at least according to the lists. You know, we don't know if the publisher says it'll be for sale.
Yes.
We don't know if that's how accurate that is, if these things get delayed or whatever. But not for a demo. And the last thing we talked about was it needs to be a brand new thing. It can't just be like, oh, it was... this version, and now we made another version of it, or whatever like that.
Yeah.
There
has to be something significant about it.
Yeah, so if it was a second edition, it needs to be a second edition with changes, not just like a reprint or whatever.
Yeah.
So those are kind of the parameters that we talked about as far as narrowing this down. But even amongst that, tons of great games.
So
I'm sure we missed some. Be sure to let us know in the comments below.
I'm sure we didn't. I bet we just had to eliminate them from this list because we couldn't talk about all of them.
But even still, let us know in the comments below what your favorites are, what you're looking forward to at Gen Con, what you want to hear about, so that we can go try to check those out as well, because we want to hear about the best of the best.
We're also doing this list in a different order than we normally do because we can't really rank them. I mean,
we haven't played them.
Yeah, so we don't have like what I'm most excited. I'm excited about all of them. So we decided to do it in complete alphabetical order, which also means that we'll be taking turns talking in chunks instead of bouncing back and forth from each other.
It's going to be weird. Follow along. All right, so you're up first. Ladies first.
That's right. Ladies
alphabet first.
Alphabet first. Okay, so Bethany comes before Ryan.
That's
so
right.
It still works out. Okay, so my first game is Boop the Halls. So this is the third version of Boop. They've all been slightly different, but the thing I like about this one is the board is like, it's like tiered like a tree, and there's two different ways you can win. You can still get the three-way like a normal Boop, but there's also ornaments. So you can like knock your opponent's ornaments off of the tree.
Which is exactly what cats do.
Which is exactly what cats do. And so
cats are jerks.
They can be, but I like cats. They just like make my eyes watery. But I am looking forward to that. So that is Boop the Halls.
Remind me, who is Boop the Halls designed by?
It's Scott Brady.
Scott Brady. It's funny because my first one I want to talk about is Caution Signs by Danielle Reynolds and Scott Brady. This is a party-style game where basically you have an adjective and a noun randomly given to you. You need to draw a crazy picture of it and get everybody to identify it. So it is hilarious. Every single time, hilarious drawings come out. This is one of those silly games where scoring is kind of secondary to just the laughter and like just having fun with everybody around the table. Caution Signs, that's my first pick. Great time.
All right, what's next?
All right, so I'm going up again because of our crazy alphabet business. Let's talk about Exit the Game. Exit the Game system is an escape room style game where you get to actually destroy components. You actually, you don't play it once through because you dismantle the whole thing, which is kind of cool. You get to create some really unique and cool puzzles as a result of that. But when we play them, we don't usually involve our kids because it is only a one-time through thing, and they're sharp kids and they're really good.
I have a hard enough time with these games. Like, I struggle with them. I wouldn't want to invite them in on that.
Yeah, so when there is an escape room game that it's geared towards kids, that gets me very excited because we get to play it with them, get to have a great time with them, and it kind of helps train them. Yeah. So in the future, we can play the more difficult and more adult escape room games with them. So the one that's releasing in English at Gen Con is called Exit the Game Kids Riddles in Monsterville. And the theme is all about these monsters that are like stealing cookies. And it cracks me up. The monster on the box is very cute and adorable. And I think this is going to be one that our whole family is going to dig. It'll only be a one-time playthrough, and we know that going into that, and then help training in the future.
This would be a perfect game we could play over Christmas break.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so our next one is Ezra and Nehemiah. So this is, first of all, I'm really excited just because I recently started Ezra, so I'm going through that right
Like the
now.
book of the Bible?
Yes. So I'm like, I don't know, I'm just endeared toward this. So, in his first year as king of Persia, Cyrus the Great issued a decree in writing to the Israelite exiles living under his rule. And then they quote from Ezra, basically, they can go back and rebuild the temple. So this game is about rebuilding that temple, but also people don't want you to rebuild it, so they're fighting you along the way. The reason why I'm looking forward to this is A, I just started reading Ezra, but B,
And you can like fact check it, like
how
do good of a job they do.
Yeah, I like that they quoted Ezra and then they put paraphrased. Just so you know, this is the idea. This isn't a translation. But also, this is Garfield Games, and I have liked every single game they put out. There's not been a game of theirs I've played where I haven't been like, we should not keep this. And so I'm really looking forward to seeing this theme done by them specifically. So it's going to be good. All right, so up again with my brilliance, which is Forges of Ravenshire. And I'm going to be honest, I don't know anything about this game. I just saw the Angry Badger on the cover, and I was like, yes, this is the one.
I got to play it, and I really liked it.
So you're running a forge in Ravenshire, competing for the title of Forge Master. I'm not even going to read about what it's about because it's just an Angry Badger on the cover. That's all you need to know.
Like forging weapons. Like
As an Angry Badger! You're a blacksmith badger. Like, you got me. You got me. I am a part of this.
All right, so I'm up next. This is a game that I think a lot of people have talked about. I think there's a lot of excitement around. This is Gnome Hollow. So I think that, I don't know if it's going to be one that we're going to run for, you know, that kind of thing, because first of all, I'm injured.
Yeah,
but
you can't. Don't run.
Second of all, I think there's going to be a lot of copies because this is one of the people are talking about. There's got a lot of buzz around it right now. So the thing that caught me about this one is it's got this whole gnome world, right? They did a good job of theming. You're trying to harvest mushrooms. You're building these little mushroom rings. Everything about it has got that cute kind of that gnome vibe to it, which is just, I don't know, it's very adorable. But at the same time, it leaves room for a lot of strategic moves. I think it's going to be a good blend of those worlds. So I'm pretty excited for Gnome Hollow.
What else are you excited for?
My turn again. All right, this is another game that does something similar as far as theming and execution of complexity, which is Harvest from Keymaster Games. We actually had a chance to get a small demo of this last year at Gen Con when it was still being like in its infancy, and it has this cute, cozy theme with these anthropomorphic animals that are just kind of farming, going around their lives doing farming stuff.
It tricks you though. It has a cute, cozy theme, but it's
still got some teeth to it. Yes. It's still got a little bit of some higher strategy levels. I'm not saying it's heavy per se. I'm not saying it's a heavy game, but it's a lot heavier than the artwork would have you lead you to believe. And so it's a great fit for our family. Our kids are still kids. They like kid themes and kid artwork, but they're thinkers too. They're bright when it comes to that kind of stuff. So I think this is going to be a great mix for them. They're going to be able to play an adult mechanic game while getting kid visuals, which is going to be perfect for our family.
Yes. Speaking of our 11-year-old, I have yet to beat her in a strategic game. It's been like 2 months. Like party games, light games, whatever, it's all kind of fair in that. But when it comes to more strategic games, there's something happened in her brain over the past year. It clicked, and now she's like demolishing me all the time.
All right, so the last one I'm going to talk about before I give Bethany a chance to talk is... it's going to be an adventure. It's going to be specifically a Mandalorian adventure. So this is all about the Mandalorian, the Star Wars character, Din Djarin, and I am hesitant and apprehensive about this title because I haven't played it. I don't know anything about it. And I think that a lot of games have come out in the past that have, IPs on them, especially Star Wars IPs that have been
it's just like slapped on.
Yeah, and it's just a trash game that has a Star Wars theme or whatever.
But there are some that have been amazing.
And that's what I'm hoping this one is.
Flipping a coin. Which one? I don't know.
So it's got a great designer behind it. It's got the cool art. It's got all the Star Wars characters that I like from the Mandalorian season, show. And I think that it could be something really, really fun. But boy, am I scared too. Could this be the worst? So yeah, definitely interested to check it out. Apprehensive about the results.
You're apprehensively excited.
Exactly.
All right. Our next one is Middle Ages. It says develop your fiefdom tile by tile to become the wealthiest noble of the kingdom. So this is a set collection and drafting and also tile game. So it says in Middle Ages, you explore the essence of medieval urban life through 8 distinct tiles. Each tile features its own scoring, yet it's linked to the others. So I just really like that, and I think this would be a really fun. I like all the pictures that I'm looking at too. Excuse me. Look at these pictures. Okay.
They can't see. They saw you looking at the pictures.
Yes.
But they didn't see the pictures.
I know you didn't see the pictures, but maybe Ryan will show you a picture.
I'll show you the box art.
Yeah.
This is all you get.
But the box art is cool too because it looks like a stained glass window.
Yeah.
It drew me into that.
All right, so next one I want to talk about is Panda Royale. This is a game that I got a demo of at the Gamma Expo, and holy smokes, was it a blast. It is just a classic dice chucker. You reach into a bag and you can just grab 1,000 dice. You just have this mitt full of dice that you get to roll, and there's D20s, D12s, D6s, there's everything you can think of in there, and it's just got this big party atmosphere. This is kind of the game that I would introduce to aunts or uncles, grandparents, things like that, and it'll be the kind of game that we play every time we get together because it's just got that classic feeling to it, but at the same time, it's just so much fun and so silly. Some dice allow you to steal dice, some allow you to score a bunch of points, or whatever the case is. Each dice does something different or scores in a different way, and so the way that you are drafting them and moving them around the table is it's very fun, very silly, and it's I'm very much looking forward to playing a full game of it because it's just a blast.
All right, our next one is River Valley Glassworks. I don't know anything about this game. I mean, I know it's a set collection and you're looking for glass, but honestly, the reason why I'm interested in this game is the design team. It's Adam Hill, Ben Pinchback, and Matt Riddle, and I have liked basically everything they've put out.
Is it a roll and write?
No, I don't think it is.
This will be interesting then, because primarily what they've done is roll and write, what they're known for.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see something different from them.
Yeah, it says like open drafting, modular board, pattern building, and tile placement.
Okay.
Yeah, so I am just really excited to see how this team does that because I've liked what they've done and I want to see them do more because I'm spoiled like that.
All right, so let's talk about Scoville. This is the 2nd edition. It is a complete overhaul from the original edition, which was from TMG. TMG is no longer in business, so it's been out of print for a while. I've been wanting to get my hands on a copy, but now they finally made a 2nd edition. First of all, it's got a complete art overhaul. This is by Vincent Dutray Art, which I didn't like the original art style that much, but the gameplay was so much fun. So having Vincent Dutray art over it is going to be a blast. Next off adds a whole bunch of new recipes, new things that you do. In the game, you're basically breeding peppers together, trying to get hotter and hotter peppers. So you have new goals that you're trying to achieve, new peppers you're trying to make. And then we have a solo mode as well getting added in. So I don't do a whole lot of solo gaming, but this is the kind of game that I would see myself doing a solo mode of. Yeah. And so, this is Scoville 2nd edition. It's going to be spicy.
All right. So my next one is Sparks. You run your factory, build robots, and bring them to life. In Sparks, each player runs a robot factory and takes turns being the active player. As the active player, you play one of your production tiles to take a number of dice from the junkyard, and all the other players take 1 dice each. You roll your dice simultaneously to complete robots or level up in your factory. So I like
robots making robots.
Oh my gosh, that would be so awesome. I don't think it is, but you do. Ooh, you have animal companions.
I'm about that.
Yeah, so I like the open drafting and the dice building and just trying to, not dice building, but rolling dice to build your factory. I don't know. It just looks like it would be really fun. All right, my next one, this is a kids game. I can't do my list without talking about a kids game. I end up talking about two. But this one is Spotlight. It says find characters and items hidden in the dark, then return home before the moon rises. So in this game, you actually have a board and you can't see anything of it, but there's this a tool. It's your flashlight and it helps you see what's underneath. It says Spotlight is a cooperative hidden object game in which you and your friends search with your trusty flashlight, this really cool thing, for wacky characters and hidden items in dark places brimming with absurd things. So it's a cooperative kids game, and you do have like this, it just looks really cool. I would definitely look it up. You have this board that you can't see anything, and this flashlight allows you to see what's on your board. So I don't know, I just think it looks really neat.
So my next one is Things in Rings. This is from All Play, and All Play for me rarely misses, so I'm pretty excited about this one. It's all about Venn diagrams. You have a Venn diagram out there, but there's two kinds of logic and reasoning. There's inductive and deductive reasoning, right? If I'm saying that right. And most of the time we use inductive reasoning. I can't remember which one we use. I'm not good with words, but we
use deductive. We get rid of things.
Yes.
Yeah.
And inductive reasoning is where you're trying to figure something out. And this is what this game is. So it's not like you know the solution and you're trying to figure it out. You have no idea what the solution even is. And you're trying to figure out the solution. You're trying to figure out the problem. So one person knows what all the rings mean. And you're playing cards into these various sections of the rings and where they overlap, trying to figure out if what the different parameters are. And the person tells you if you're right or wrong. And it is a brain puzzle. It is absolutely, it's cooperative, and it is tough. It is challenging, and it makes your brain work in a new, fun way. Very excited about this one. I got a demo of this at the Game Expo as well, and I would like to tickle my brain even more.
All right, so my next one, is Tir na Nog.
That's not a word. At least not in English.
So it's not, because in the Irish myth cycles, the land of what I try to pronounce is the realm of the Otherworld, the place where the fairies lived and heroes visited on quests. So in this game, you're making a journey to the Otherworld because a golden path has opened, and you can, as humans, go there once more. So you're placing storytellers between story cards in a shared grid, and then you're eventually going to be drafting these cards. And then most points wins. But at the end of 5 rounds, each row scores according to the rules of the corresponding goal cards. So I just think that sounds really neat. And I could listen to how it's pronounced 5 times, and I still am going to say what I just did. So, but it sounds fun.
Yeah. Sign me up.
All right. So my next one after that is Undergrove. You trade nutrients with fungi to grow a new tree. So this game, it says that you build and share forests containing mushrooms with diverse abilities. You trade with the mushrooms to get resources, and you place your seeds in the most advantageous position to score the most points. So it's giving me a little bit of those photosynthesis vibes. So I'm just really curious to see how that plays off. And mushrooms. I actually had too many mushroom games on my list, so I only put one on there.
Next one I want to talk about is The Wrath of Fire Mountain. This game is an interesting one for me because I kind of look at it and I'm like, that looks like a toy-ish, got toy vibes to the art, like Fireball Island or something like that.
It does. Oh my gosh, you're right. Yeah.
But it's got a very interesting design combo of Eric Lang and Phil Walker Harding, both designers that I really like and I think do make great games. And I think them working together has some great results, or could have some great results. The tagline is claim territory with cavemen, hatch dinosaur eggs, or appease the volcano. So you got dinosaurs running around the board, you've got volcano exploding, you've got kind of an area majority thing going on. So it's got me interested. It's got a very action-packed looking little game going on here. So I'm excited to try it out, see what it's all about.
All right.
It's going to be my last game that we're talking about.
Okay.
This is Xylotar.
That's right. 2, at the end of the alphabet games.
The Xylotar, the box art is what got me, right? This is what got me.
You don't know anything about it. You were just like, yes.
It is a polar bear playing a keytar, but on that keytar is a xylophone instead of like a piano keyboard. So yeah, it's a xylophone keytar being held by a polar bear, and that's enough for me.
That's it. That's all you need to know. You're sold.
It does have a trick-taking element to it, and it's got, it talks about having to order cards from low to high, but you're not sure which numbers are where, which reminds me a little bit just from that one tagline of like Racco. That was an old classic game that my family played that I have since thrifted a copy of because I really wanted to play it with my kids and kind of relive that nostalgia.
Yeah, that game is so old. It might be the game that Ryan thrifted. It might be the oldest game.
It's pretty old, but I still play it because I still like it, and it just reminds me of my childhood and the best parts of my childhood. So I think that this is going to remind me a little bit of Racco with musical bears. So, it's just the way that works.
All right, we are here. We're at the end. The last one on my list, the last one on our list, this is Ziggurat. So I don't know much about this, but there's 3 things that are really intriguing to me. So it's a family-friendly legacy story game with 6 surprise-filled chapters. Okay, that's kind of basic. But it is a kids' legacy game. It's designed by Rob Davio and Matt Leacock, which of course it is. But it's being published by Mindware. And that's just not what I'm thinking about when I think of a kids' legacy game. Like those... I don't know. I'm having a lot of trouble like blending that together.
Yeah, Mindware is usually known for like high component, good component, like toy games.
Toy adjacent games.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm really curious about this. I'm really curious to see how they pull it off. They got some great designers to build this on. I like kids games. I like being able to play games with my kids and to be able to play legacy games. I love the reveal. I love the story. I'm like all about legacy games. So to bring all of that together, I'm just really curious to see how that works.
All right, you guys, that is our top 20 games that we are looking forward to, 10 apiece. So many great games. Again, be sure to let us know in the comments below what you're looking forward to, what you want to hear more about. Even if we don't pick it up, we can at least go scope it out in the booth, and we'll be happy to snap some pictures, figure out more about the games that are coming out at Gen Con as we kind of roam the halls, because so much to see and do.
Yeah. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Hit that notification bell because we will be doing Gen Con vlogs every day. So you want to make sure that you are subscribed and you have that notification bell so you can see those.
You guys, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
You guys, thanks for watching our shenanigans. As always, we appreciate it. Over here, if you follow this link, you're going to find a playlist we've handcrafted just for you because you watched this video.
And if you check over here, this is a video that YouTube thinks you might like. So you can check that out if you want as well.
All right, we appreciate it, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you next time.
Bye.